financial world on Power Grind News. The Federal Reserve has decided to keep interest rates unchanged, leaving its benchmark rate between 3.5% and 3.75%. While the decision was widely expected by economists, new projections from Federal Reserve officials suggest that nearly half of policymakers could support raising rates later this year if inflation remains a concern. Federal Reserve Chairman Kevin Warsh emphasized that inflation remains above the Fed's long-term target of 2%, with rising costs in areas such as energy continuing to put pressure on prices. As a result, the central bank removed previous language that hinted at future rate cuts, signaling a more cautious approach moving forward. For consumers, this means borrowing costs on credit cards, auto loans, and many business loans are unlikely to decrease anytime soon. Home buyers hoping for significantly lower mortgage rates may also need to remain patient. Economists argue that higher interest rates can help slow inflation and protect purchasing power over time. However, if the Fed ultimately decides to raise rates later this year, borrowing could become even more expensive for families and businesses. Financial markets reacted negatively to the news, with major stock indexes moving lower after investors learned that future rate hikes remain a possibility. The challenge facing the Federal Reserve is balancing two competing goals: bringing inflation under control while avoiding additional financial pressure on consumers and businesses. The question now is whether inflation will continue to cool on its own or whether policymakers will feel forced to raise rates again later this year. From your perspective, what's hurting your finances the most right now? Inflation, housing costs, healthcare costs, or taxes? Let us know in the comments below. This is Power Grind News, bringing you the facts and giving you a voice in the conversation. Be sure to visit powergrindnews.com if you want to be empowered and tell your own story.